Well, hey, what's up? Welcome back. It's been a couple weeks since I've put out a video, and it's honestly things are crazy right now. Um, uh, I mean, we're in the middle of a global pandemic. It's been getting worse every single day. The last couple weeks, it's been really ramping up here in the U.S. I know some of you guys are watching from other places in the world, and first off, I just want to say, like, if you or someone you know is being affected by this right now, I my heart goes out to you guys. I'm praying for you. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know what to say. Uh, yeah, times are tough right now. Um, Currently, um, we are being told to social distance. Schools are closed everywhere for weeks. My job, uh, working from home right now. Grocery stores are emptying out. It's crazy. People are being told not to meet in big groups. Sports seasons are getting canceled. Tournaments are canceled. Our way of life is changing a lot, and it's scary in a way. There's very serious consequences for not paying attention to experts and doing our part to make sure that this slows down. I think that's the biggest thing we can do right now. But this video isn't about that. There's thousands of videos on YouTube right now that you can go watch about coronavirus and all of that. So I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not an expert in it, so I'm not gonna talk about it. But I can talk about how uh, I'm reacting to it and how it's affecting me, and maybe we can meet together in that in a way through a YouTube video. So first off the bat, yeah, it's been a couple weeks. Over those last couple weeks, I've been training really, really hard for, as you know, the Cruel Jewel, and what was supposed to be my first race of the season next weekend, the OPSF 50 miler, which is one of the hardest races in Indiana, definitely the Midwest as well. But just 2 days ago, it got canceled. And honestly, it wasn't one of the first races to get canceled. So I was kind of expecting it. There was a ton of races that got canceled on Thursday, and then a lot more on Friday. And we got the notice on Friday that it was canceled. I mean, as you know, like all the major marathons got moved to the fall. Just big races in the ultra world are canceled. No one knows what's going on, into April, May. I mean, I've seen races in April get canceled already. Who knows what's going to happen with Cruel Jewel? It's supposed to be May 15th in Georgia. There's 210 people. So if Georgia, like in Indiana right now, there's a rule that any gathering of people more than 250 people is banned for the foreseeable future. So that's why this race that I was gonna do next week got canceled because there was about 175 people in it or so, and then plus all the volunteers and family and friends that were gonna come. So yeah, it got canceled. I actually support that. I am in favor of everybody doing their part to make sure that this slows down. Yeah, it's crazy. You might notice that my voice is kind of messed up right now. It's because I've also been sick for the past week. I came down with, it was kind of weird because it was the very first symptoms were what they say online is what you don't want to be having at this time. I had headaches every day, sore throat, didn't have a fever, which was kind of the only thing that was keeping me from, I don't know, maybe looking into trying to go to a hospital or something. But really bad headaches, really bad sore throat turned into like a chest cold. It's been more like upper respiratory, uh, and I haven't had a fever yet. So I'm just kind of hanging tight. This is day 5. I've been taking notes every day, which is probably like overkill. But I don't know if I got the coronavirus, I wanted to have some notes about what it felt like, um, for the doctors or for myself later in life, But don't think I have it, so I'm not. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are suffering from it. I'm not claiming to be one of them. I just have a cold, I think. But yeah, my voice is all jacked up from that because my throat's all messed up. But yeah, it's thrown off training a little bit this week. Had um, um, had a few really big weeks, and so let's just dive into that. Actually, let's see here. Here's my Strava. If you guys follow me on Strava, you've already seen a lot of this, but I think my last video was a couple weeks ago where I talked about hitting a few 50 plus mile weeks and then getting into a few 60 plus mile weeks. And then last week hit 74 miles, which was my biggest training week I can remember that's on Strava, uh, without having a race or anything. I basically had kind of like two recovery-ish days on Monday and Tuesday, and then 3 10-milers in a row, and then did a bigger day, 22 miles. As you can see here, I said my legs never woke up. I had a great time running with Russell and Henry. I was pretty cooked by the end of that run, and then the day after felt better, but ended up with 74 miles that week. This past week, here's today right here, Sunday, but started off Monday is when I started feeling like symptoms of this sickness. So I just did 5 every day. Just wanted to keep it real chill and just really just was trying to recover, honestly, because I knew that, anytime you're sick or anything, you have a cold or anything like that, you need to, I think it's still okay to run with a cold. Personally, from my point of view, my experience, I think it's okay. It actually helps to get outside, especially it helps to just move your body, break up stuff. You just feel better after you run, even if you have a cold. You feel like crap right before, and you don't want to go out, but once you do, you feel better. Yesterday, I felt miserable, but the run helped. And then today, this morning, felt miserable again. Kind of my symptoms started around here Monday, Tuesday, and these days weren't too bad, but I've been going downhill quite a bit. Not sleeping, but waking up every 2 hours or so. So had my race not gotten canceled for next week, yesterday I probably would have pushed myself a little bit harder and maybe hit like 15 or so, and then did another 10 here, to end up with about 50 for the week. But yeah, when my race got canceled on Friday, I just took a chill day on Saturday. Sorry. Um, yeah, and then next week, I mean, this is where it's just kind of difficult. Like I got like 9 weeks, I think, until Cruel Jewel. And it's just, um, I need to just pay attention to my body, pay attention to this sickness, whatever's been going on here. What I really love to do, especially since I don't have the pressure of getting to work early in the morning, is maybe like as soon as this sickness starts clearing up, is to start doing again, kind of like what I did last week. It's just doing 10-milers in the mornings. Those were great. Like just starting at like 5:30 even, just getting out in the dark and just running with a headlamp, and being done by 7:15 or something like that. It's just great. So once this clears up, I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm still working from home, uh, but I don't have to worry about a lot of the stuff about getting ready for work and everything in the morning. I just kind of need to open my laptop by 8 o'clock and start working. So that's where we're at now with training. As you can see here, I've kind of quietly just been like running every day. Uh, and I didn't think I was ever going to turn into one of these people that like goes for these streaks. And I don't know if I will or not, but I've done quite a few weeks in a row. Christmas Day was the last day I didn't run, but been running every day since then, which has been pretty awesome. Um, but yeah, Cruel Jewel, it's coming up um, May 15th. Are we going to do it? Or are we going to not? I don't know. But yeah, let's just go through my training a little bit here. If you saw the last video where we kind of talked through this stuff, this is a software called WKO, and it's just really advanced software to track your training. And this blue line right here is your CTL, chronic training load, and it kind of shows your fitness more or less. The pink line is the acute training load, and these spikes are like when you look at these days right here, these 20 milers, all of those are these pink spikes because those are highly stressful days. So you get these pink spikes here. The yellow is your training stress balance. So the closer this gets to zero, the closer you are to being rested. And then when this goes above zero, and when you want it to hit around like 20, plus 20 or so, right before your race. So there's quite a bit to this. But yeah, I don't remember what was some of the things. Oh, here's a new chart from last time. This has just been tracking my weight, my chronic training load, and my heart rate variability, which has been pretty cool. Weight has been kind of like, you know, if you look at just like the trend line, it's been going down as I've been losing a little bit of weight here and there. Nothing crazy, just I don't know, maybe like a pound a week or something, just because training's been going up. But then I got sick, and so my body's trying to recover, and so things are happening there. But here's another cool. I think this is new from the last time. And I need to fix this. There's some messed up data over here, but these are my weekly miles. And you can see over since December, weekly miles have been going up. Here's my recovery week right here that we're in right now. Climbing has been going up. This is off. This should be here right around like 8,000 or 9,000 this week because I've been doing a lot of climbing on the treadmill. And then TSS, training stress score. I've been building up to hitting consistently right around 700 for the last month and a half or so. 700 is pretty good. Like you want to be 700, in between 700 and 1,000 TSS per week is kind of that level for running, where that's kind of like you have to be putting in at least that much work if you want to be maybe competitive in your races. If you're putting in, like rest weeks, for me right now, somewhere in between like 400 and 500. Like we see, here's the rest week right here, 450 TSS. Anything lower than that, and you're probably detraining. 229 miles for the month so far. Last month I hit 266, which is pretty awesome. I don't think there's anything else here to really go into much. Training zones. So here over the last 90 days, this is interesting. Over the last 90 days, the heart rate zones that I've determined for myself through a test, I've been putting in quite a bit of time in zone 1, a lot of time in zone 2, and then like 6.5 hours over the last 90 days in zone 3. But yeah, back to training. So that's kind of like where we stand right now. But yeah, I just want you guys to know that I'm doing okay and things are going well. Training's been awesome. But yeah, I just wanted to offer some encouragement to you guys. If you guys are seeing a bunch of your races canceled, we're just going to have to like just start expecting it at this point, because I think it's going to get, I mean, what people say is it's going to get a lot worse before it starts getting any better. If they're canceling all these races now and they're telling us not to have these gatherings, telling us to stay home as much as we can, we need to pay attention to that. and we need to trust the experts. And I think, what I've seen from the ultra community has been pretty awesome. When most races are getting canceled, most people at this point are saying, you know what, it's the right thing to do. You can't say that about every sport. People are freaking out about basketball. Football, like spring practices, are delayed indefinitely. So we're gonna see a lot of stuff get canceled. No one that's like a teenager and up is gonna ever forget the year 2020. If you're, scared about this, if you know somebody that's going through this disease, and we all need to be praying for each other. And the good thing, if there's any good things to pull out of this, is that our sport, running, you can actually do it. Like, you can just go for a run in most places right now. There's a lot of places in the world right now where that's actually not allowed, but at least currently, most places in the world, if you want to go for a run, you can just go for a run. Most of us don't run with a huge group of people, so most of our runs are going to be perfectly fine. But yeah, we got to do our part. We got to be socially responsible. We have to protect those in our communities that are weaker by doing things that will slow down the spread of this. And I don't know. I told you I wasn't gonna like preach about this, and now I kind of am. So sorry, but anyway, that's where we're at. Hopefully, I get over this cold, whatever's going on, and I can start hitting these training days a lot harder, getting ready for Cruel Jewel. If it gets canceled, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And honestly, I'll probably think about that over the next couple weeks, depending on how things go. But I'm not gonna make any plans really until we get more clarity, until we really see what's going on out there. So that's it. Stay safe. Go for a run by yourself. Like, it's actually really fun. But yeah, we're all in this together, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.